What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. And in this episode, we're just going to get back to the normal stuff we normally do, which is just a standard analysis that we do on the NAS so we can get as many pips and as many points in the coming days and weeks. Alright, so we're just going to get straight into it. So on Wednesday, the last time I did a video on a technical analysis, right? There was a move that was happening, which was this right here, this little move. Forget these two dark blues, right, or navy blues. Just focus on the light blues going up, right? And I was under the impression that it was going to push all the way up, create a new high in regards to this particular situation over here, okay, and then come down. Now, what's happened is the NAS hasn't done that. It could still do that, by the way. It could still do that, but it's highly unlikely that it's not going to do that at all, right? What is most likely going to happen, so if I was to get rid of this little thingamajig over here, most likely price is coming down to this level. All right, so that's the highest probability price is coming down to this level, or say this level over here, which is 9658.02. So that's what I think price is most likely going to do. However, there is another scenario. Price could come down to this level over here, okay, which is in line with this trend line over here, right? So if I was to move this trend line over, just under it, but you could possibly say that it's on that trend, right? And it will push up from there. So it will come down to this level and then push up from this level upwards to give us a new high, right? If we get a new high, basically what that means for us is that there's a very good chance of a price reversal and that we're heading back into the good times in regards to NAS, heading back up to create a new higher high, which is these levels up here. Okay, now that's what I think is going to happen. Will it happen? Who knows? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go into a lower time frame to give you more of an immediate move. Oh, and by the way, I'm in the sell right now, so I'm actually in the sell at this position. I took this sell over here, so I'll just show you. I took the sell at this level right here, and I set my TP all the way down to this level, right? And my stop is quite juicy. It's about 400. Normally I wouldn't risk more than 100 pips in a day, but because this is only going to be my main trade for the whole week, I don't think I'm actually going to be getting into any more positions unless I see a situation where I can stack what I've been demonstrating in the backtesting videos. That's the only time I'll be adding trades on, so I'm hoping to stay with this for a little while as it pushes downwards. But like I said, it could come all the way down to this level over here. It could come all the way down to 9658, or it could come down to, or it could come down to 11046.04, or it could even come down to and bounce again 11564.79. And what I mean by that, especially in regards to this particular level, if price should come down to it, this is based on this move happening right here, right? So say for example it doesn't break, so it doesn't break this level and it continues its dance, so it still wants to go into the zone, then literally it will come to this level around here somewhere, right? So the wicks will possibly come down to this level down here somewhere, and then it would then begin to push back up again, at which point it could either do this, a level off, so we get a double top from this location to that location, or it could go up higher and then pull back down again. These are just possible scenarios of what I think could happen. I mean, it could pull down and then push back up again, or come down to this level and then push back up again. So these are little situations that I think could happen. It may happen, it may not happen. It just depends on how everything goes. So what I'm going to do now, right, which is what I was meaning to do a few minutes ago, but I should have, well, I needed to tell you this part anyway, so that's why. So we're going to keep these levels there as they are. So these levels are going to stay there as they are, and we're going to go into a lower time frame. So we're going to jump into the hour. me jump into the hour real quick. And I'm just going to explain why I took the trade that I took, and you might find some useful information in that for yourself. And what you can do is cross-reference that against your own research, which I encourage all of you to do, okay, and see if it makes sense to you, right? So what basically I did in regards to taking this trade, because I don't normally explain why I really get into trades, but I'm going to try and make an effort to really explain the thinking behind it. So we're bringing in the fibs, right? So what I did was I saw all the consolidation taking place up here, right? And what I normally do is I wait for a low to be broken via the MACD, okay? And then I wait for the retracement, and then I jump into the trade. So what happened in this case is, so if I was to zoom in a little bit closer for you, I should be able to explain it a lot better. We're going to keep this little gray box there because price may return back to it, and I just want to keep a little mental note that I did reference that point as a possible area of importance. So what I did was, right, because there was a low that I was waiting for. Wait, there was this low over here, and this low over here. Okay, yeah, so this was it. So this was it right here. So basically this level here, it's a low according to the MACD. So this level is a low according to the MACD. So what I basically did was I waited for a high to produce, right, according to the MACD. So this is that high over here. I already knew this was a downtrend. So I already knew this was going to be a downtrend at some point, and I just wanted to make sure that I caught it right. So this over here is a high. So I waited for this high to break this low, which it did over here. So it did that at this level right here. And when it did that, when it closed above, what I basically did was I was like, you know what, it's simple, right? I can either wait for the position to come back into play again, so wait for a really big pullback, and it could do that because it's in the middle of doing something like that right now. Or I could do the one thing that I should stop doing but I keep doing. I could just jump in with a market buy and just take it from there. So that's what I did. As soon as this broke, this candle wicks closed below and it pulled back up to this level, I jumped in right here with a sell. Right here with a sell. And I covered this whole area up here, which is about 400, 300 pips stops. My stop is actually quite large in comparison to what I would normally do. Right, so the stop is quite large. So if I was to zoom back out again, and then I dragged my stop, not my stop, my take profit all the way down to 100% in regards to the fib. Okay, so in regards to my actual entry, it was done at this level right here. And that was just a few moments ago, not that long ago. So my entry was 12360.44, around about that region, right? So my entry was around about here. It was definitely on these wicks, right? It was on these wicks. So it was this one actually. This one and this one, obviously I thought it was gonna do something, but then obviously came down. So that's great. So right now we're sitting in a little tiny bit of profit. Nothing crazy, but we're sitting in a little bit of profit. And what I plan to do, hence why the stop is so big, is that I plan to sit on this for a little while, for a couple days. Hopefully I can get key areas of consolidation where I can add more on, okay? Because the whole point of me doing the backtesting videos is to actually do it in real life. So this is the part where I aim to do it in real life, right? So where it is right now, there is no need for a trailing stop because it's just the profits are too small, right? I need it to be a little bit bigger, okay? So that's pretty much what I've done in regards to today, where I think price is gonna go between now and the end of the week. So I'm thinking price is coming straight down, That's what I think. I think price is coming straight down. It could bounce at one of those levels I mentioned earlier, but in all fairness, I think price is coming all the way down to about this level over here, which is, wait, let me just get this down, which is either, like I said earlier, 11046.04 or 9658.02. These are the two moves that I think will possibly happen. I may be right, I could be wrong. We're just going to wait and see how it goes. Most importantly, if what I say in these videos is something that you like to replicate for yourself, I strongly recommend you do your own research. And I put links in this video. So there was a link to a book, just one book, not the blog site, just one book, okay, that I think you should pick up. It will definitely help you in analyzing the market. Use materials like that to help you assess, and most importantly, check other people's work. All right, so with that covered, I want to thank you for coming over, giving me your precious time. Truly appreciate you for doing that, and I will see you in the next video, which will be very soon. Most likely it will be a backtesting video on something random, and then the following day we get back into doing what we do, which is analyzing the NAS. So on that note, this is Pips and Points signing out, and I'll see you in the next video.